Alright, back to this again. So, where was I at? I was creating an additional section, or not section. I was adjusting the jumps in the later part of the first section. I didn't quite finish, but I'm going to load into it again to remind myself how it plays. And I'll do it from the start. I bumped my head. Ugh, that's not good. Okay, so the reason why I haven't noticed bumping my head is because usually I land here while ducking. I guess if I uncrouch early for whatever reason, or if I actually land it no duck, then I'll end up bumping my head, which means better players are going to be getting punished, which of course is a bad thing. So I think it's time I make these have no collision. Because eventually that's what I intend to do regardless, and it's just gonna overall be better if I do this. Instead of having to like design the route with these flower stems in mind. So I'm doing fast compile, and I have Viz off already, so this should just take a second. I I keep on when I get to the fourth jump, I haven't been strafing. If I strafe it, then the rest of the combo should be free because I should have good speed going into here. So I think the simplest solution to getting past this combo is you duck through these two, unduck, and stay with no duck until the end, until the last two. So stand, duck, duck, stand, 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 duck, duck, finished. Still not getting it. Well, these few times it's because I'm not perfing, which kind of makes sense because I switched to ducking. It means the timing for when I jump is different than what I got used to. Okay. So I think that's fine. I don't know, like maybe this wall has to be more obvious. If I make if I make that wall more visible, maybe it'll be more intuitive to strafe around it. Not sure. Anyway, back up here. I made this block wider, so this jump should be easier. Or just less annoying. It seems I have to do this whole section while ducking. I don't think that's true. Because I can get to here without ducking, and then it's pretty easy. What happens if I do this? It doesn't let me. Okay. I mean, of course, because it's anti-b-hop. I I feel good about it. I think it's fine. So I just have to figure out how I want to finish the rest of this room. I could bring this down. If I measure this height right, it is 16 and another 16, so 32 to get all the way over here. That's probably fine. So here to here, to here, to here. Uh, it's missing one additional jump. So I think I put one more of these in the corner. In this corner. Height should go up. So go around to here, and now this. Uh, Wait, this gets a little bit annoying because now I'm changing the world border again, but it's fine. So this is out. I want those to go up. So these two are also out. All of these are out. I want us to go up by one more. Which means these are also out. Does this seem right? No. It is supposed to continue one more. Probably. So now this can go up. Go back to grid 8. This face is out. this goes up. Well, first to here, and then I count 48. So now I need to have the player jump. Let's see. How long is this combo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could have one more go around this corner to up here. And then finishing the room is nah. Instead, let me look at this line. It stops here, which means it's not needed. This goes down, this gets erased. There's really no reason for me to have done that though. Instead, I'll do this. These walls are gone. The ceiling is gone. This is an extra vertex. Okay. So here to here, up here, maybe up here to here to here, or maybe here is the finish, like how I was intending anyway for transitioning to the next term. So there's one here, one here. This has to, this height I made 64, so this is gone. This goes up by 48. Into this part, then around here, then this I will have to delete and just adjust. This height is 128 plus 16. But this can move down. Right now, this jump is 8 plus 64, so no, it can't really move down all that much. I guess at some point I could assume the player was ducking, and so I could say if I knew what the height, so the height difference of the player is 72 when standing And I think somewhere around like 50, 52 to 56, something like that when ducking. 72 to 52 is 30. 72 to 56, it's like 26. So what I can just do is make this be 24. Eh, I'll make it go here. And then I'm permitted to add one more jump on this side. Line it up with the 32 line here, and then go up 48. Or maybe I can put it Hmm. So here, 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 uncrouch. I'm giving you some time to adjust, I guess, into I want it to be here, but it's not this block. It needs to be this one. Unfortunately, the dimensions are a little awkward, but I don't uh it shouldn't really bother me, or I shouldn't really pay too much mind to the dimensions of the blocks because they are eventually going to change. This one's still in physics none, right? Yeah, all of them should be if I continue to copy them the way I'm doing. Now this part, I'm trying to raise the ceiling. This part will also need to be raised. Right here, this height is 40. Mm, so I'm trying to think of a nice way to transition to from this block into one jump, into jumping onto this, into entering the next section. But I don't, I think maybe I should just try getting to here and then see what where I steer just based off of the path leading into that final jump. Okay, I bumped my head on the ceiling there, which sucks. I think getting into this cubby is a little too hard. So I think I'll switch it to be a block like that instead. So let's... this should be fairly simple. I just collapse. Delete this, separate this, delete this. Bring this down by 8. So I can bring this down by 8. Which means I'd have to bring this down, which is a slight problem because now I have to do this again. This one's still pretty bad. Well, one other option is I could give the player a break, like I do in the other sections, and just have them stop here. So I'll have this actually go up. Okay, so I'll undo a bunch. So this goes back up by 8. This goes back up by 8. That one stays. This will be a white one. Meaning you can continue if you want, or you can stop there. Right, so let's, it's just, it seems like it was too hard, but let's see. I'm here. If I'm not ducking, then it's fine because I can just duck here and then continue. Which would also mean it does not make sense for this to be as low as it is. It's currently only 32, right? So 48 instead. This part's still super annoying. Why don't I just delete that part? Since all of this is pretty much invisible anyway. I have to do it like this. So the problem here is it's a pretty blind jump. Those always suck. I'd like to make it so it's not a blind jump. What's wrong here? Doesn't want to wrap around. I guess because there's a vertex on this side already. Hmm. I think I could be... Maybe I could be more lenient here. I'll try it like this. I should be able to do... I should be able to do that. Which means this one is now going to change But first, go back to grid 64, or grid 8, I mean. Does this need to go down to 4? How did that happen? I'm not sure how that happened. This is 76 height. It should, yeah, it did end up going up by 4. That's not, I mean, whatever, it's fine. I just do this. So now this one is going to be replaced by this one. The size is pretty much the same, so should be fine. I can bring it to here, which allows me to do this. But then goes like this. So here, here, here. And then how the heck do I finish this room? Well, this height can definitely go up more. That's what I was trying to get to. Right now it's 16 plus 16, so this can go up. Wait, didn't I already make it go up? Or I guess not. So it's 16. Yeah, 16 is 16, only 32. So this can go up by 16, which makes this also go up by 16. So now I can do this bridge. So I'm pretty sure I only need one more jump to bridge the last gap. So it can probably be this kind. This is connected. Well, I will use this one instead then. You just make sure it's the right height, then up by 48. It's a little annoying to have it positioned like this though. So maybe it's better on this side. It's a little too close. Hmm. How about here? Maybe here? And it can go down, and so you go here, left, left, right, finish. All right, let's try that whole sequence. It's not even necessarily a finish anyway, or I mean, it could be, and actually it probably should be. Because I have a few parts that are just 1, 2, 3 into 1, 2, 3 into 1, 2. This one's a longer one with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 1, 2, 3, 4 into stop. So it's probably all right. All right, this part's annoying. Too close. Getting out of this square is really hard, or really uncomfortable. It's doable, but I don't like that at all, so it cannot work here. So it has to be, it would have to be on this side. Something like that. You go around, then here, 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 here. Next section. One thing I could potentially do also, if I end up using these flowers, and I'll write it as a note here so I don't forget. This is for aesthetic, so I'm gonna separate it. If I stick with flowers as b-hops, I can make flowers any color as long as every single flower is a single b-hop. If I stick with flowers as b-hops, I can make flowers any color as long as every flower is a single b-hop. So it's just getting to here. The height of this one needs to be 40, I think. Because all of this feels too clunky. Yeah, every single one of those jumps feels too clunky. They need to be spread out if I can. It's a little hard given the lack of space. I probably wouldn't have an issue with bringing this face in. Maybe This stays. Like this. So now this one moves over. This one moves over to here. This one's fine. No, it's not fine. This one also moves over. Okay, I think it was just being a little problematic because I didn't select all the edges. Not sure. Or no, it's because the pivot's in the wrong spot. So the only solution is to go down to 4, move the pivot. Set Shift 4. Ugh, this is annoying. Why do they even let... I mean, I know why they let you do pivot manipulation. It's just annoying. Set origin to pivot. Then move it here. It's going to be a bunch of places where I have to do this. All right, so now you jump around here, you can land here, fine. Then you finish up the room. This is probably a bit of an annoying headbanger. I could adjust it, of course, because I think headbangers are justified to remove whenever possible. Right. Trying this. That's much better. The headbanger is not an issue. If I land very poorly, I'm gonna bump my head, but I'm willing to just say that's a skill issue for the player not getting good edge. I mean, this is also incredibly trivial though. Like this. Hmm. Can I adjust the heights so that you go from here to here to here to here instead? So this one goes up by 48. This one goes down by 48. So now here, 180 to here, here, and this is a much more annoying headbanger, so it's finally justification to just delete the rest of this part of the wall. And do this instead. What happened here? Or wrong one. This one. I just deleted it. I must have... I'm not really sure what I did, but it's fine. Okay. I don't need to recompile. Just start from here. Now I hit my head on that. What else am I hitting my head on? Is it just this again? They could still be made further apart. This one, so starting with this one, because I need to make it so it's actually somewhat difficult. So this could probably be enough. here to here. I can't really adjust this distance, but I can do this one. It's just the most annoying one to adjust the distance for, but I'll live. It can go further. Okay, this is probably fine. I'm not nearly high enough. It's over here. Now I don't suffer from that headbanger either, so I can go this way if I want. I mean, this just ended up being turn right. Doesn't have to be. I could go left, then right, right, left. Getting to here still feels too easy. And how about that one? May or may not also be too easy. So now that's gonna be in the way again, so I don't know if it's a good idea. Plus, this may be kinda too far. We'll see. this being in the corner is pretty annoying. So what makes this one annoying, whereas the ones down here aren't? The corner jumps are close enough in proximity that I can focus just on the direction I'm flying in instead of strafing. But for this first jump, it's different. I have to focus on strafing. And then, in addition, I would ideally want to jump from this corner, but it's a little too hard, so I have to jump from here. And that makes this jump even harder than it looks. Unless I can just aim at the better corner. And maybe I duck. This is unpleasant. I'm going back to how it was, because at least it was doable. So like this, I didn't change anything else, did I? No, it was just moving that over. And this was doable, so that's already tried and tested and fine. Now I wanted to go here, because it should be fairly quick for me to do this. Which still means I'm going to be continuing like